Alright, this is the first time I'm streaming, so I really don't know what I'm doing. So if this, gets uploaded to YouTube after I'm done recording the stream, welcome everyone to the stream, and thank you for tuning in. So let's see if someone joins here. Talk about YieldMax ETFs. Alright, that's me right there. Okay. How do we get this up here? Welcome to the live chat. Someone send a message so I know what you're doing. There you go. Woozer 12. I'll be the first. How you doing? Is the audio okay? Maybe I'll put the chat in here so I could hear you guys. Great audio. Alright, I'm using the same microphone I use as the YouTube videos. Alright, so what do you guys want to talk about? Talk about YieldMax ETFs, Defiance. We have the announcement tomorrow on the distributions. I don't know if I'll be the first one to upload it because I know a lot of these guys are pretty quick with it, but you see declaration date 1/4/2024, and then we'll see the price drop on ex-dividend date, so we'll pick up some more shares, and then we'll get paid on the 9th. Yeah, today I was down pretty big. So the only way I'm going to be able to see this live chat is... Hey, what's up, Ethan? How you doing? I don't know how to do this live stream thing. Ethan, have you done a live stream on your channel? I think you should. People would like it. Yeah, I mean, my portfolio got crushed today. My portfolio's, I like testing out these YieldMax ETFs, but they're definitely pretty volatile on a down day. So we'll see exactly what happens with these ETFs in like an actual market correction, because we haven't seen that yet, where when the market actually goes down 10-20% within the next few months. We'll see, but I'm excited to see what happens, Yeah, so I bought some IWMY, JEPY, and QQQY, but I don't think I'm going to put too much money into these Defiance ETFs, because if the stock market doesn't perform perfectly, in my opinion, these ETFs, they lose on their strategy pretty good, unless the market's completely flat for the day. Like, I know that some guys track these pretty well. Every single day they upload videos on how these funds perform, and on the down days they lose a good amount of money, so it's going to be tough for them to maintain this strategy. The last few months have been great. November and December, they made a ton of money and distributed, but even the distributions went down a little bit, even on those really green months that we saw in the market. So we'll see what happens. But my previous videos was like dollar cost average your position, and that's what I like to do with these. So I have 31,000 in here, right? I could have dropped 30K right into TSLY right away, but what I like to do is buy a few shares here and there. Down 12% over 2 days. So I have 8 viewers right now. I gotta figure out how to get like the chat to overlay everything. So I could pop out the chat right here, right? But then when I click on another tab, this goes away. But I would like to have this up all time so I could see you guys. Maybe I could put it in a tab or something. Yeah, so Even my portfolio is not doing too great, honestly. Like if we go into the 1 year, I've only made a 2.86% return, and I have lost a little doing options trading. Year to date, I'm up on options trading, but in the past few months, when the Federal Reserve said that they were going to stop raising interest rates, I thought they were going to raise them. So I did make a little bet against the market, temporarily, and I lost a few $100s. So that definitely affects my return. But, we could go onto my dividend tracker too. I'll show you guys. Most of my YieldMax positions currently, I am down all time, even with, slowly dollar cost averaging. But not substantial losses though. I'm down $200 on TSLY, IWMY $36, cony $37. So it's not like, portfolio ending losses, but I think returns will get better for me as I stay in these positions longer, because we'll just see more compounding effect. So each dividend will increase my return because I am in at lower share prices. Like especially with TSLY, like if it stays around this price, it's been hovering in this range for a while. Like if we go into my TSLY position in the past, let's say 3 months, like this has been hovering in this area. So each dividend we get, if we're staying in this area, it'll just keep increasing my return every single month. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy more TSLY and cony on ex-dividend date for sure. I hold a good amount of cash still. Like I have a lot of cash still on the sidelines. But the thing is, with like owning my rental property, I don't know. Like say like the heating unit goes out, like big HVAC thing. I need $5K right away, and I can't just dump it all into my portfolios. I would love to. I'd love to put $5K into cony like today, but I still have to like understand that I need like a rainy day fund. And I'm going to flush my water heater on Friday, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to need to buy a new water heater, and then getting that installed will be another 2,000. So like there's things that come up that you need to hold cash on the side for. And I suggest to like everyone, hold cash. Don't go, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure you have enough cash. I know most of my viewers are definitely like older than me. Like I look at my analytics on YouTube, and a lot of my viewers are between 50 and 60 years old, and they're listening to some guy. I'm 25. Like I don't like definitely don't take advice from me, because I haven't been through the investing cycles that a lot of people have been. Like I wish I was in the 2008 cycle of stock market investing. I would have bought at the bottom. Like I love investing and I know how to handle it. When the 2020 crash happened, in March, I was buying it up like crazy. I rode up that huge wave, and then I bought my rental property with the profits. So that's what I do. I use my income and portfolios. Like I'll show you all the time. Like I was making good money. I rode it all the way up, and I don't want to show my M1 Finance portfolio because I have to sign into that, and I don't feel like doing that. But let's see. Let's go back into the chat. YouTube it. LOL. Yeah. So ask me some questions. What do you guys want to see more videos on? I feel like I just only upload about YieldMax and Defiance ETFs. Like every single video. "24 viewers. That's pretty good right now. How you guys doing?" Yeah, so send me some predictions you guys think of tomorrow's distributions. I'm going to try to get a video out in the morning, but I know Retire on Dividends usually beats me by a few, like 30 minutes. I do have a new computer since last distribution though, so maybe my render time will beat him out. But he likes to do it on the phone while he's at the bus stop, so he always gets it first. His channel has been growing like crazy. Like I follow everyone, like Ethan. I don't know if he's still watching, but I follow Ethan. I follow Khmer. I watch his live stream every once in a while. I started. I think the reason I made this YouTube channel as well, and got into YieldMax ETFs was with the THB coach. Yeah, he subscribed to me. I could see who subscribes to me. I started watching his live streams, and he was getting a few viewers back in the day. I mean, it's not even back in the day. It was like August. But he was like going on business trips and recording videos about these YieldMax ETFs, and he was talking about TSLY. And I was like, what is this TSLY? I love Tesla. I've always liked Tesla. So when I saw distribution rate was like 70% at the time, I was like, I got to try out some of this. I love making passive income. Like a lot of people say at my age, I got to do growth investing. And I do have a portfolio with some growth in it. Like it's not like I'm not, I also have, like I said before, my rental property. Like I have a lot of money in that. It's not like, and that's growing too. Like the property went up in value this year, which I'm happy about. And that's growing and making passive income. So it just depends. There's no right way to invest. Like there's funds that managers make where it says like in 50 years it starts out as a growth fund, and then in 50 years they'll transition you into like bond funds. But there's all sorts of different ways to invest. You can invest in Tesla stock when you're young, or you can invest in TSLY stock when you're older. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes the most return for you and what you like to see. Like I love seeing dividends coming in every single day and every single month. It's just fun to see, and it makes investing fun. And if there's a way to, like, I treat this as like savings, because if I don't save, it's not like I have a spending habit, but if I'm putting $80 a day into my portfolio, then I look at my bank account and say, oh wow, I have to make more money because it's going down, and that just helps you make more money, gets you motivated to make more. And then all of a sudden you look at your stock brokerage account and it's grown substantially, and you're happy about that. So that's why I like investing and seeing dividends come in. How about some crypto stuff? Grayscale Trust. Lots of things you cover. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm like, I don't know what I could show on my Coinbase account, because there is some like sketchy things where like people steal like keys or something and then they'll wipe out your account. So I get nervous about showing my crypto, but I do have crypto in my Robinhood here. Like these are just like speculative buys. Like this is XLM. I know you cover the Grayscale trusts, but I can't buy those on Robinhood. I think I can in M1, but I just don't. This is Stellar Lumens, and we've seen this huge drop. I was up like 10% or something on this, but it's down 5. But these ones are crazy. Like these little altcoins, they can go up like hundreds of thousands of percents in like a year. I have a little Bitcoin. I have in total, I think, let's see, how do we go into this here? Crypto. So the past week, I'm down 9.5%. And in the past month. See, at one time, at January 2nd, I was up 5%. And now we saw the big crash. It was funny. I was looking on Instagram, and it was like Jim Cramer said something about Bitcoin. And then the day after it crashed, like if you go inverse Cramer, then you'll do well. There's funny things on the stock market about that inverse Cramer. All right, let's see. Bad feeling TSLY ends at $9.75 this year. It can. These ETFs can go down to $9.75, but you still can be up. Like we've seen that with, I did the year-end review with the Defiance ETFs, and it was like the share price of QQQY by year-end went from 20 in a few months, some people were saying it's not a fair comparison to do the full year. Well, it is year 2023, and that's the year 2023 total return that I did. But what I did was, even though the share price went from 20 down to 17.40 by year end, or somewhere around that share price, you were still actually up 6% for your position because of total return and dividends. So these ETFs can go, like QQQY, IWMY, they could end 2024 at $15 or $13, but you still will be up on that position. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of have to think that way. So some of these income ETFs are just not going to go up. That's the thing. So you just have to understand total return. I've shown the total return calculator before, and you could do that with your shares and understand. Hear more. I'd love to hear more about ETFs and closed-end funds. I don't really understand closed-end funds, to be honest with you guys. Like, I know I also watch Unconventional Wealth Ideas. I like his channel. He's 37, travel in Europe, and showing you guys nice videos. I know a bunch of my viewers watch him as well. I don't really like CLM and CRF, or the two funds that are offered by them. I just don't understand it, really. And those, like he always says, yes, the share price has gone down over the years, but it's outperforming the market. I don't really understand how they're doing that or what their underlying holdings are. I have to do more research on closed-end funds because I kind of feel like they're behind closed doors, and it's like not, full transparency with closed-end funds. Not sure, though. I have 100 shares of YDLY, AMD, and QQQY. Looking to add 100 shares, but I'm hesitating between PYPY and AMZ. I have PYPY and AMZ, both of them. I think Amazon, I don't know about your area, but my area, I live in New Jersey. So does Retire on Dividends. He lives in South Jersey. I live in North. So maybe we'll meet up, hang out. Nah, I don't know. He's older than me. He has like kids and stuff. But PYPY and AMZ, I think PayPal is definitely undervalued. I use PayPal for my business, and that PayPal owns Venmo, and Venmo charges me 2% every transaction. So say someone pays me, $100, they get $2 every single time. So businesses that are doing large transactions with PayPal, PayPal is making nice revenue on some of these businesses. Venmo business accounts, I'm definitely paying a fee to them. So I think PayPal will do well. PayPal actually has a cryptocurrency now for you guys that follow crypto. I think they have like PayPal coin, and that's going to be another stable coin. I don't know how that's going to help them with revenue and earnings, but they have that. And then Amazon's a great company. The trucks are driving around everywhere. They're getting into EVs. They bought 100,000 trucks from Rivian. They're trying to innovate. Amazon Web Services, they have Thursday Night Football. They have all kinds of different awesome things in their lineup, and just Amazon's a giant. They're getting they have lawsuits out there because they're just so big that they're taking over like too much. So I just think Amazon, even at these prices, are undervalued. Like I remember sitting in high school buying Amazon stock at the lunch table for $1,000 a share before the stock split. Now I rode that thing up to 3,000, sold it, but I think I would have had like 30 shares or something like that at this point, and it'd probably be up about 400% at this point. But I always find that I sell out of stocks too early, like those long-term growth holds. Like I remember buying Chipotle real early when they were $300 a share. Now it's way up. Let's see what they're at right now. Let's see, CMG. Yeah, Chipotle's at 2,200. Yeah, I bought a few shares of Chipotle. It might even be in here in my history. One share at 481, and I sold it. But I have so much history in this portfolio. Look at this. Chipotle limit buy. Let's get my face out of here. Chipotle limit buy 328, and now it's, what is it, 2,000 something? That's just, I've been investing for a little bit, but I don't know everything, but I've bought plenty of companies. You guys want to see my Tesla transactions? When I first bought Tesla, this is a long time ago. I have a lot of, different things. I've done put credit spreads with them, all kinds of different trading with Tesla. I don't know. Let's see. Account type. No, I think we just keep going. You can see how much trading I have done on Tesla. So Tesla buy in 2018. So this was before the share split that they currently have. So one share at 274. I bought that in 2018. Then one share at 258, one share at 302, two shares at 292, one share at 287. And then it just kept going. I kept buying and buying. And then there was a 5-to-1 split in 2020. And then I sold my position for a lot more. I made like 20 to 30K on Tesla stock early on. And then I bought my van with that money. Like, I progressed my investment into my other business. That's what I always do. I just move my investments into other investments. So, all right, let's look more at this. Thank you for your work. Appreciate your vids. Thank you. I really enjoy doing this. Like, I've watched YouTube my whole entire life. I've grown up watching YouTube right when it basically started. And this is like a dream come true to have my own YouTube channel and talk to people. And, I'm so passionate about investing. Like, I went to college for finance. So, like, I have some sort of knowledge in finance, but not like, I'd never got certified to be a financial advisor. But that was going to be my goal. Instead, I decided to become an entrepreneur and start some businesses. Thank you for your work. I would like to do a video on how taxes work on these returns. Yeah, I mean, I hired an accountant for my taxes because I just have so many things going on. Like, I have 3 businesses currently, and it's just way too many expenses for me to understand how to fully write them off and do all sorts of different things. When is Tesla January dividend payout? Let's move this up here. Distribution schedule is right here. So declaration date is tomorrow. Like I said, I'll probably make a video on the numbers. Ex-dividend date will be 1/5 when you guys can get a good discount on your shares. I'm hoping Cony has like a 275 dividend or something crazy like that. Then the share price goes down even more and I could buy 50 more shares. Then we'll get paid on the 9th. So, and then you can see next month as well. If you go on there, I'll show you how to do it yourself for next time. So you go onto YieldMax ETF's website. This is the home page right here. Load this up. Go to our ETFs. Just pick TSLY for now. Then when it loads up TSLY, then you go to distribution details down here. Scroll a little bit, and it says click here. If you click this tab, then it will take you to the 2024 YieldMax ETF's distribution schedule. So that's how you get it. All right. So, wow, I've been going 35 concurrent viewers. That's pretty good. How you guys doing? All right, so let's take a look at some more comments. Did my first covered call today. Hello. Did my first covered call today. Average Joe Investor has really good options for beginners video. Yeah, I watch him too. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I watch all kinds of things on YouTube, actually. I watch I watch construction videos. I watch home renovation videos. I was just watching some guy doing house camping in Alaska before. And I watch all kinds of finance videos on YouTube. Average Joe, I do watch him. I kind of did not like his video representing YieldMax because he was trying to compare them. This is no hate. I watch his videos. I'm subscribed. And he always says, thanks for your 2 cents in the comments. Love watching his videos. But let me just do a little criticism. He compared TSLY to like Tesla stock, and the performance. And even though TSLY with dividends reinvested, as we saw, was like 50-60% for the year, and Tesla itself was up 100%. So he's like, you're underperforming Tesla. But that's not the point of these. Like, he has to understand really what the point of these ETFs are. All right, so yeah, I had Chipotle. I'm building income to 10K a month. Great, that's awesome. Remember Google video. I wish I went to for finance. I dropped out before finding finance. Do you think they'll add more YieldMax ETFs to M1? Yeah, so what M1 requires, they require more trading volume. So like the lower trading volume ones are not in M1 Finance. They have certain criteria to be able to have the YieldMax ETFs into their platform. So they have TSLY, NVIDIA. I think they have QQQY. I don't know if they have JEPY. They definitely have cony. So the more popular ones they do have, but they're not going to have like AIYY yet. Can't wait for tomorrow. Got cony and TSLY. Nice. He missed the point of YieldMax, but he still does great videos, and his spreadsheets, like some guys on YouTube are very good with spreadsheets. I'm not one of them, and that's why my channel differs from the spreadsheets ones. Like I also watch Max Convexity. He does great spreadsheets on these videos. On these ETFs. I'm drinking water. Started watching Ethan Gallstad. Yeah, he's good too. I like his new house. It's great. That's definitely goals. He knows how to make money for sure. Yeah, so I definitely want to make more videos on different high yielding ETFs. There's so many, but my channel is so focused on like super high yield that it doesn't, like some of the other videos don't make as like much views. Like there's like BDC funds that are just fantastic. Like some of these Main Street Capital is a business development company, but the share price goes up and they increase their dividend. It's at 6.63%. Like it's a great investment, but my channel, like if I made a video on Main Street, like no one would watch it. Like this is like a nice holding for someone in their portfolio. Same with like Stag Industrial, they increase their dividend. Ares Capital has been pretty good. I used to invest in PSEC. That was a bad investment back in the day, but I could take a look at what other companies did I have? So let's go back into my portfolio because I like to show this to you guys. I'll show you guys how I do covered calls on Palantir. If you want to like learn how to do covered calls, it's actually pretty simple. And I watched this guy Invest with Henry on YouTube. He's pretty good as well. He showed me pretty much how to do covered calls. So I have 200 shares of Palantir, right? And I'm down pretty big on my position, $611, 15.97%, because I bought pretty high at 1914. But currently I have a 1950 covered call, 2 sells. So I have $44 left to make, and my return so far has been $28. So I've made covered call premium while my position goes down. So say I just invested my 200 shares right at 1914, I'd be down 611 like the rest of the people holding at this share cost. But since I'm selling covered calls on my position, I'm actually gaining money while the position is going down at the same time. And that's why some of the ETFs that we invest in say that they have like downside protection and downside like risk, because they're also gaining some of that premium from covered calls. So like I got $42 here, $52 here. If we go more into my history, let's see. So 2023 is when I started, right? So put credit spreads. I did some put credit spreads with it as well. So if you subtract 110, I made 90 from this transaction. Then I bought my shares here. Then I sold a 2050 call, made $20. Then I sold a $19 put, made $40, then $20. And this is passive income basically. Covered call roll, made $24. Then I bought it back and then sold 2 more, 54, 42, and I did the calculation. This equates to about 250. So I'm only in theory down about $400 on Palantir, even though I'm down about 600. So that's how you like cover your losses a little bit. And then I have one on Robinhood, which I'm, not profitable on currently because I'm selling a put. So the current share price is $11.74, but I have a 13 put. So if Robinhood stays above 13 by my expiration date of 1/26, then I'll get to keep the premium that I received. I already made the premium, but I won't have to buy 100 shares at 13. So I made $70 right away. And there's like a lot of ways to make passive income for sure with investing. But you can see now I'm down total return $71. But if I get 100 shares of Robinhood at 13, I'd be happy with that because I think Robinhood's going to go up over the long term because they're going to benefit from the crypto bull run. Because like I have in my portfolio, I have some cryptocurrencies in here, and every time you buy a cryptocurrency within Robinhood, they get like a small commission basically, and they make money from people buying cryptos. So like when people were buying Bitcoin and Ethereum like crazy back in 2021, Robinhood's stock price was pretty high. All right, let's read some more comments. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if YieldMax funds are around for 10 years. I don't know if they will be. I'm pretty sure because the fund managers are making a lot of money off of us, but we'll see. They're going to do everything they can to keep that share price above $5 per share. And if it does hit $5 per share, they will do the reverse stock split. So, and max convexity also covers the share dilution. So they are diluting the shares, and they can also, when they do like the reverse stock split, it'll reduce the amount of shares that are outstanding, I think. I won't recommend to do as Ethan do. His latest videos about profit is unrealistic. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to predict these in the future. If all things stay equal, yes, we'll all be 10 millionaires in 10 years from these ETFs. But I don't think that could happen. Like, I don't know. But I've done those calculations too. Like, it is fun to do. It's, none of the advice or things that we show on our YouTube channel should be taken as financial advice. But, like, it's just fun to do the calculations. Have you read the book Income Factory? No, I haven't. I read a few books. I've read The Intelligent Investor when I was younger. A few finance books for sure. I like Invest with Henry too. Yeah, his videos are good, but he uploads the same video. Like, so he'll make a new one, right? And then at the end of the video, he'll put his old content just to get more, ad revenue, which is fine. He's got to travel around in Dubai and have a good time, but I like consistent new content for sure. How far are you out? Are you selling the call? I think a lot of people suggest 30 to 45 days is one of the best, but you could also do weeklies, covered calls. Those are just more actively managed. Buy more YieldMax or buy more stock like Palantir and make covered call income. Yeah, I mean, I would do both. So this is from John Martins. Let's take a look at some of my things that I have in my watch list, right? So my first list here. So I have Coin, Tesla, Riot. So a few of these I have in my watch list because they're very volatile stocks, but with also low share price. So if we take a look at Riot, right? You can see how volatile the stock is. Let's go over the past 3 months. It's been ripping higher because of crypto, and now it's down. But you could see like share price is 1507, so 100 shares of this is $1,500. So if you want to do trade Riot options and then you sell a call, and then this is 2 days out. But even if you want to do a 2-day option and you buy at $15 a share, you can sell a $15.50 call and make $42 right away. And then if it goes up to your strike price, you get called away from your shares, but you make $42. Like if you do a 30-day option with this, you're going to make some pretty good money. So say you buy 100 shares at $15 a share, right? And you want to sell a 17 strike 30 days out, you get $151 for doing so. And you get that share price appreciation. So you would get $200 in share price appreciation plus your $151. So you're looking at $351 in profit for doing so based on your $1,500 investment. And if you don't want to buy Riot call like shares currently, you could do a sell put. So say you think that Riot is going to stay at or above $15 per share in the next 30 days. So you could do a $14 sell put. You would gain $150 in the next 30 days. Well, you gain the $150 right away. And if Riot stays above $14 per share, you get to keep your $150, which you already, got, and you don't have to buy 100 shares. If Riot falls below $14, you're on the hook for 100 shares, but usually the brokerage would hold your $1,500 or $1,400 in this case anyway, so it's not like you're getting called, like you have to come up with $1,400 right away, like they already have it. So to be able to open this, what I'm trying to say is you would have to have $1,400 in buying power in your portfolio. So that's another way to do it. You could sell puts. That's what I'm doing on Robinhood stock currently. And then then you would have 100 shares at $14, and then you could do the wheel strategy. So say they make you purchase all 100 shares at 14, then you would do your sell call above your share price cost. So then you could say sell a 15, and then you make 200. So that's what you do. Look up the wheel strategy on YouTube. There's better videos. Like, I'm not an expert, so. All right, share price depreciation is going to drag all these ETFs down. Management fee does damage, and taxes will do the rest since most of them pay distributions, not dividends. Yeah, so I've also watched Retire on Dividends video where he explained some return on capital and return of capital. I think those two are different. I'm not too familiar with that as well, but those distributions were not taxed. So share price depreciation going to drag all these ETFs down. Yes, we'll see. The management fee does damage. Yeah, it does, but if you invest $10,000, it's only $100 per year. And taxes will do the rest since most of them pay distribution, not dividends. Let's see, I get my face back up there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they perform. No one's a fortune teller. I'm long FEPI and SVOL with riskless stock collar hedge on Palantir. The hedge solves the NAV depreciation and down grind or cash. Yeah, I like FEPI and SVOL. NXST has 20-25% dividend increase per year for all the traditional stock buyers. I gotta look that one up. Let's see. And Nextar Media Group. That looks pretty good, 1,000%. Let's see, what's their dividend yield? NXST, was it? Let's see what their yield is here. 3.37%. Yeah, companies that have a dividend yield between 2 and 3%, like the Coca-Colas, Procter & Gamble's, those ones can hike their dividends and do very well over the long term. But what I like to base my channel on, I love those stocks. Don't get me wrong. Investing in high quality dividend growth stocks is one of the ways to go, for sure. But the content on my channel that does well, and what I like to show to you guys and do experiments on, is the super high yielding ones like TSLY and things like that. But of course, you should have these positions as well in your portfolio. A lot of people like to get the dividend from TSLY. Say they get $1,000 per month, say that. Then you buy, 10 shares of this every single month. That would be great. Have you guys watched Khmer Channel? Yes, I watch Khmer Channel. I do. Discord is unbelievable. I'm not going to say anything bad about any other channels. Everyone has their own style for sure. Those guys over there, I'm not being mean, but they are still learning. FEPI sells out of the money calls, so upside potential in a bullish market. SVOL is short volatility, so it grinds up in a bull market. I saw also the other guy I watch, Leaning Forward. He also covers, he's a very in-depth spreadsheet guy. He covered the SVOL holdings. SVOL holds their own ETFs SVOL owns their own ETFs in their underlying holdings. Sorry, I can't speak, but so they're basically holding their own funds and then doing a small portion of their volatility. I guess they're trying to reduce risk, even in bull market. We'll just grind low. Yeah, I think the QQQY, JEPY, IWMY will continue to go down in share price. And like we saw, they do recover, but the yields are just too big for them to continuously break even every single month, is what I'm trying to say. Robinhood, it's easy to play. I don't understand what other people are scared to play in stocks. Yeah, Robinhood is a great platform. That's why I'm on it. Riot options look like way better return than any of the YieldMax ETFs. Yeah, I mean, there's also there is better returns doing your own covered calls on your own stocks, but it's all relative, because to buy 100 shares of, say, Apple or Tesla, like if you buy 100 shares of Tesla, you're in it for $23,000, and you do see a nice covered call premium, but you can see the same thing if you put $20,000 into TSLY and you don't have to manage the positions yourself. That's the thing that attracts people. Like, they don't have to do it themselves, basically. Follow my breakdown. Thank you for $1. I've never gotten a donation. That's awesome to see. Thank you. A little off topic. What do you use to screen share? I'm using OBS. I downloaded it today. What I use for my videos is this right here, my face. I'm not even recording my face right now. It's just QuickTime Player on Mac. I want to see a video of upcoming ETFs. Yeah, I want some more new ETFs. There was a few months in the beginning of my channel where they were just coming out with high yield, like they were all competing with each other. Like YieldMax was coming out with all their ETFs. Defiance just started coming out with all their ETFs. We saw Clip. I mean, Clip was out, but there was a lot more ETFs that are coming to the market. Like, I haven't done reviews on iSpy. There is a few, but I got to make some more videos on the newer ETFs. High premium equals big movement and underlying both directions. Yeah, so let's take a look at Coinbase, because you want to know why they get like such a big dividend yield is because the options chain is crazy. I gotta show you guys. Sell a call. So say you own Coinbase at 152 right now, right? Even in 2 days, like the further out you go, the higher the premium is. So usually YieldMax does like weeklies. So let's do like a weekly. Let's do 9 days for now, right? Say you own at 155. They also do 5 to 15% out of the money. I don't know exactly what they do with Coinbase because I don't watch like their daily trades. But say you want to do like 10% or something like that. So let's take a look at 160. So say you own $15,000 worth of Coinbase stock at 150 per share. You would earn $620 for selling this call. And then you would also get that share price appreciation gain as well if Coinbase went up to 160 during this time. And this is just a 1 day. Like, people with their strategies who don't want to manage their portfolio as much will go out to February 2nd, 30 days. Say you own 100 shares at 150 and you don't want to get called away your shares, right? Like say you want to hold on to your Coinbase stocks, so you're going to go way up high. I mean, look at this. You could do a 200 sell call, right? A covered call of 200. You like in 30 days, do you think Coinbase stock will go up $50 per share? And even if they do, that's fantastic because you capture all of that upside doing a covered call. You're still getting $350 in premium right away into your like account. You can withdraw it right away, go, spend it on your girl or whatever. And you'll get that massive share price appreciation between 150 and 200 within the next 30 days. But you are giving up that, like you're letting yourself sell your shares at 200, so they're paying you that premium basically. But like what YieldMax does is they do the weekly one. So let's say like January 12th, they have an expiration. They'll go up to 160 and they'll sell a 620 here and get $620 in premium. I don't really know. They do the synthetic. I don't know how to set it up in Robinhood to do a synthetic option strategy in here. I just know how to do it like the real way, underlying. All right, let's see. Good looking kid. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with YieldMax. Get a large enough position to be able to buy more growth stocks. We'll get my first YieldMax payout this month. Yeah, I mean, that's a good strategy. I think I'm going to start doing that as well. I've reinvested my dividends into them a good amount, and it's starting to see like my returns. I'll see exactly still because I used to have drip on, so they would just keep buying themselves and it would lower my share cost every month. But if they do, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm very bullish on YieldMax ETFs, but you have to understand that they are going down in share price, some of them, like especially TSLY. And if it keeps going down in share price, me buying at the lower share isn't really helping my portfolio. So I'll take my 350 this month, maybe I'll put it into Cony, and then next month I'll put that into JEPI, like the real JEPI, JP Morgan Equity Premium and Income ETF. And that one's more consistent, 9% yield, and that'll pay me for like 10 years. So you got to understand what you're doing and figure out exactly what you want to do in your life. What do you think about REITs? I love REITs. Realty Income, NLY and RC. I could look them up. Realty Income is fantastic. They own Home Depot, Lowe's, like they own the actual building. And then Home Depot pays them money to just rent the space. And they have like a 99% occupancy rate. And they get paid every single month. And even during 2020, the pandemic or whatever, they were getting paid every single month. So that's my plan. Don't know if you already answered this. Are you buying any AIYY? Not this month. We'll see what the yield is. I don't like to chase yield. They might report a sick number for a month and a half. Don't forget, month and a half. But they might report 75% yield, and then everyone's going to start buying it like crazy. But then, like we saw that with a few ETFs. Then the next month is like 30%, and everyone's like, what the heck? So that's why you kind of just got to establish your positions as time goes on. Do I think the market's going up or down for a few more weeks? I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know exactly what the Fed's going to do. I don't think, I'm in the market for trying to buy a house. Like I'm currently, this is like sad to say because I know a bunch of you guys are like older than me and stuff, but I'm still living with my parents. I'm only 25, like 2 years out of college. And I have a rental property. I did it the opposite. I bought a rental property first before my own house. But it's a smart move. So I already put a down payment on an actual house already. So now I'm saving up again for another one. But I live in New Jersey, and the normal house, like the house I actually want to live in, like a normal one that doesn't need more than $100,000 in work, is $600K around here. It's crazy. And a nice brand new renovated house is like 1 million. It's like, how do you even live anymore? I don't understand. No one talks about married puts, and when underlying goes up, sell covered call, mind-boggling. Yeah, see, I don't even know what that is. Can you use the puts on TSLY to protect its value? Have you ever run any numbers using married puts in TSLY for this? Yeah, so I've looked at TSLY. If we want to look at TSLY, right? So I have 600 shares, so I can do covered calls for days on this, but the premiums aren't good. So if we want to trade TSLY options, right? Sell call. In 16 days, you get 0. So the options chain is pricing in that TSLY is going to go down in the next 16 days. So I could do like 226 days out, right? Expiring August 16th. I'd only get $25 per 100 shares of my options. So like a $12 call, I'd get $25. So I could do this 6 times, but I'm not going to make that much money, and I don't want to sell my position at $12 per share. So you could also, if you want to buy, or you could sell a put, and say you in 226 days you want to buy TSLY at $11, you get $260 right away. But why hold up your cash that long? It might go down to $11 in the next 2 days. Let's see how it does in 16 days. So yeah, so if you want to make some extra income selling puts on TSLY, you can do that. So the only thing is, so current share price is $11.66, right? If you want to make a quick $20 and tie up $1,100 for 16 days, you can do that right now if you want. If you continue this, right? So cash secured put, right? You put one contract in, so you'd get $19.97 because they take a little bit off the top, Robinhood. And then your max loss, which isn't a loss, it's just $1,080 you would need to have in your buyable buying power. Then in 16 days, if TSLY is below $11 per share, then you would buy 100 shares at $11. So you can do options on TSLY, but it's just not worth it really. Let's scroll down here. Yo, Lou Valentino, how you doing? What's up? What's your average price on TSLY? $13.80 currently. So it doesn't matter though, because it does matter, but if we look here, so let's look into this. So you can see my average cost per share is $13.80 with TSLY, right? But I'm only down, so market return, right? I'm down 1,300, but total return, I'm down 2.55%, and that's because of my dividends. And here, if we go here, dividend log 2023, I've earned $1,000 in dividends. So as my dividends roll in, it kind of lowers my average share cost, basically, if that makes sense. All right, let's go back. YieldMax is supposed to be coming out with an ETF focused on MicroStrategy exposure, largest publicly traded holder of Bitcoin. Yeah, they've been buying up Bitcoin like crazy, MicroStrategy. If you've seen their stock, what is it, MSTR or something? Let's take a look. MicroStrategy, down pretty big today, but $631 a share. Yeah, look in the past year. It went from 160 to 631, or almost 700 a share, so that's a pretty good return. Palantir Snap, DraftKings all off August risk of stock collars bearish. Use that spread to hedge these high yield ETFs from downside loss at zero risk. Nothing zero risk. IWMY took a huge hit. Yep. Entrepreneurs advertising his face on OnlyFans, building another revenue stream. Yeah, dude. These girls, I don't, like, if I had a daughter and she was doing that, I would be very upset. But these girls are making incredible money. They're making $1 million a month. I wish. And we're over here struggling, buying TSLY, making $300 a month, and I'm losing money. I don't know. No, but the YouTube, I've never expected to make money on YouTube, but I've been trying to do pretty well on it, and it's not bad. Currently, like, so I have my detailing business in the springtime, summertime, and fall. In the wintertime, I don't really like physically work with like cleaning and all that. But so I'm able to upload a bunch of videos per day, and that's how you make like more money. The more you upload, the more people that watch, you do make more money. But I'm gonna try to keep it up. Like, I would love to replace my one business with YouTube. That would be sick, but we'll see. Sell the 15 call. All right, these guys are talking to each other, I think. TSLY call. TSLY too cheap to sell covered calls. Market makers know that it won't move dramatically higher. Yeah, exactly. Like the options chain isn't great for TSLY. Let's see. What do you guys think about Clip? I don't really like Clip. Hopefully it doesn't nosedive this month. I think I'm missing some comments here. It's going. Your screen is blurry. Which one? Let's see. Screen is blurry? Live. I don't know. I don't think it's blurry, is it? These are zero risk, trust me. Buying TSLY naked is death spiral over time, but if you protect your long married puts, you can accept those puts longer than they turn around and buy a multiple of the number of shares. Buying up my Defiance and Clip, heavy into YieldMax with TSLY alone, 3 big paydays eventual. I want a vending machine empire. I don't know, vending machines might be a dying business. Same with laundromats. I love coming up with new businesses like that. Like, what I like to do is I'm into making money. Like, I love making money any way I can, right? I don't know if I'm like addicted to it or not, but I love thinking of new businesses. Like today I was watching a guy build a cabin in Alaska because I'm like weird like that. But he rented a piece of equipment, and I was like, I should start an equipment rental business. Snow plowing's coming up. Like, I should buy a few snow blowers and rent them out to people. Like, my mind's always going for that stuff. Like, vending machine empire. Yeah, that could do well. Ice vending machine, that'll make money. Yeah, I like vending machine for ice. Which app am I using now for my live stream? I'm using OBS. I downloaded it today. I don't know if it's working well or not. You gotta link it with YouTube and stuff. Yeah, so my businesses that I have, Airbnb, I don't know if you guys saw one of my videos, but I showed you how much I made for the year of 2023 with Airbnb. I made $37,000 in revenue from Airbnb year one. And then if you add that, because I started last December, right? So December 2022 was my first month on Airbnb. And then that made like $1,900 that month. So if we add it together, I made around $3,800 or $38,000 so far with Airbnb. And then after all expenses, around $8,000 was profit. But I've been putting more into the mortgage on purpose. Because I just want to pay it down. The mortgage payment, it's a pretty low mortgage payment, which is all relative. But if I reduce the mortgage payment by, so it's zero, it would be an extra $18,000 in profit every single year. So putting more towards the mortgage currently. With YieldMax making an earlier payday, what funds pay highest for the 15th and 25th of the month? Not sure. This is my dividend portfolio. What else do you guys want to see? You want to look at my dividends for the month of January? I'm down all time now on this. See, my dividend yield is $27.99. Annual income should be around $12.4, which is great. Income investments. All right, let's look here. You want to look at all my profit and loss. Worst performer so far, and these are just all price returns. TSLY, I'm down the most. United Airlines down 10%. Ford 7.5%. QQQY down 7.37%. So you can see like the two here, TSLY and QQQY, are in the top 5. Starbucks almost 7.3%. Realty Income, I have a little bit of, about $500, 6.5%. Nvidia as well is up there, 6.15%. IWMY, 4.37%. So we'll see, how these do in 2024, if the dividends, continue to outweigh the share price declines. And like my best performers, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Netflix, United Rentals. United Rentals, I should start that company, do my own rentals. Capital One Finance, Costco with a special dividend this month. Airbnb, I have to invest in my own, company. 25. I work for Airbnb basically, so I want them to pay me back. Caterpillar, Visa, MasterCard, Apple, QSR, Waste Management, all great companies. They're up. They're up in share price. That's what we like to see. We also like dividends as well. Entrepreneur Investor Livestream, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Main and SLG REIT. Yeah, I love Main Street Capital. I bought Main Street Capital a long time ago. Let's see my history in Main Street. I've gone through a lot of different phases in this portfolio in Robinhood. Let's see. 2021, I bought them. Look, I got 34 cents in dividends from them. I sold 3.63 shares at $40 per share. Go at more history. Look at all these dividends I was getting from Main Street. 2018. Like I said, I like investing. 2017 was my first buy of Main Street Capital. $38 per share. I got 19 cents. Then I got $2, $1.51. Back in the day. I think I had Realty Income in here as well. Let's take a look at Realty Income. How much did I buy of this? Let's see. Oh, I had a lot in here. Look at this, 100 shares of Realty Income. $38 in 2021. I bought more. Then I got $43 from Realty Income. I wonder how much this would be making now if I just kept reinvesting dividends. Back in 2021, look at all this. And then I was buying $10 a day of Realty Income. So that's, I want to eventually, get these JEPI and JEPQ. I want to get these positions up like massive. Because a 10% yield from JP Morgan, one of the biggest investment banks in the world, billions in market cap, trillions in assets. I don't think these funds are going anywhere, especially with JEPQ with this performance. The NASDAQ 100 just rips. Things up 19.44%, and this is just price return on Robinhood. They've also paid a 10.5% dividend in 2023. So these are good funds to get into for sure. And I'm going to start putting some of my YieldMax ETF income into these ETFs because I want more stability. I want my portfolio more long term. Why not buy another Airbnb? I would love to buy another Airbnb, but I have to move out of my parents' house. Girlfriend reveal, no girlfriend. Yeah, I've been trying, but I don't know. They don't like me. Is that just this year or 2023 P&L? 2023 P&L for what? For Airbnb? Maine pays out special dividends too. Buying a second property with a family help, probably best long-term route. Yeah, I would love to buy another property, but I've been saving and investing most of my money into Robinhood and the other brokerages because I need to live somewhere and I need my own house. I can rent, or I could one of the good ways to move out of the house after college or whatever is to split an apartment with a roommate and a friend and probably pay about $1,200 a month. It's very doable for a lot of young kids. I went the different route. I have trucks. Like I have my pickup trucks outside. I have a van. Like I have a lot of equipment and tools, and I can't fit in a one bedroom apartment. I have like stuff. So I need my own house, and then I can expand my other businesses, more equipment, excavators, skid steers, because I like that stuff. So that's why I want like a house. So I'm looking around for houses. They're expensive right now, and mortgage payment. Yeah, I mean they're back down the mortgage interest rates, but still the prices. The problem is, I think the prices of houses are going to go back up once the interest rates come down because all the people that wanted to buy a house are just going to start flocking in. JEPI performed very well in the 2022 market crash. Yeah, they have downside protection with these ETFs as well. I started playing dividend stocks this year before I was playing penny stocks. Oh yeah, penny stocks are dangerous because they can get delisted any day. So you could put like 10 grand in a penny stock and then tomorrow you wake up, it's delisted. So you got to be careful of that. 50 viewers right now. Oh, 44. 33 likes. Thank you guys. That's great. Average view duration 8 minutes. I guess I'm not that entertaining. Give me some more stocks to look up. We could look up high dividend yield ETFs, high flying stocks, and I'll look in my portfolio if I ever bought it. I could try to think when I bought Amazon first in this portfolio. Take a look at Amazon. See how many shares. I've done a lot of put credit spreads with Amazon too. Some I've made money on. Amazon reoccurring investment in 2022, $20 every single day. I put into here. Amazon buy, 20 for 1 split. Yeah, so I had a lot of shares. So I sold 23 shares at $3,000. Let's see, I was buying Amazon. When did I start? So I bought my first share of Amazon at $3,000. Does that make sense? I don't know. Amazon buy. I got 0.14 shares of Amazon for $500. Yeah, I guess because it was a $3,000 stock at that point. Yeah, that was crazy. So 10 shares. Yeah, I don't know. But I was buying Amazon early for sure. I should have held on to it. Oh, and I was also buying Meta early on in 2022, or I don't remember when I bought it, but I was a firm believer back in the day before they became Meta, and I would have been up massive on my position if I held it. Let's see, 324 in 2021, 1.5, 297, 315. I don't know, what's the share price right now? Oh, so I got 1.5 shares. I bought at 165. Then I bought at 157, 167, 163 is when I sold. So I had about 14 shares at 163. And what is the price right now? 344. Yeah, I would have doubled my money, but whatever. All right, what are some other comments? TLTW. I like FEPI. Some people are saying return of capital with FEPI, but I think that's fine. You're right about the penny stocks, but I still made money on it. Hey, if you never went broke taking a profit, that's how I always think of it. And like some of these sells that I did, or like I was just showing you with Amazon and stuff, you never went broke taking a profit. TLTW, yeah, I don't know if I like TLTW, to be honest with you. A good way I like to look at stocks is seeking alpha. So if we look at TLTW, this is the 20-year plus trust Treasury bond right. Yeah, so 1 year it's down 16.99% in price return, but it does have a yield of 19.64%. Dividend rate 5.38. Let's take a look at their dividends. Dividend history. So it's kind of all over the place, but it looks like recently they've been increasing it a little bit. Most recent one was 75 cents. Was that a year-end increase? Because I know a lot of ETFs do that at the year-end. They pay a big one, like Maxi. So it's a variable dividend, but I guess it does the job for you. Let's go into charting. What I like to do is total return. So I'll show you guys how to do this, even though I show this in almost all my videos. So this is price return, right? If you select metrics, type in total, update the chart. So total return for the year, you're down 1.28%. Let's see, past 3 years, total return down 10.70%. Yeah, I mean, that's how I like to look at it. And if it doesn't look good, then I don't really like looking into it, really. Because, I don't know, the high yield might be a yield trap. But we'll see. I mean, it has recovered. So if you did buy down here at the end of October, maybe it would be a good investment. But for right now, it doesn't look good to me. Past 6 months. Yeah, I don't know. But I will also show you, like, we could look at cony. Actually, let's just, do cony. Go into cony, charting, price return, select metrics, total return. So you can see total return the past year, 65.68%, even with the drop. So that's how I like to look at some total return and stuff. When interest rate starts going down, this is going to start going up. Oh, you think is that what's going to happen? TLTW will go up when interest rates are down? Interest rates are caused. Yeah, I think so. Well, let's see. How long can we go into the history of it? We'll see, like in a low interest rate environment back in 2020, how it did. So I'm still on price return. So in the low interest rate environment back here, maybe. I don't know. It still looks like it's going down to me. Maybe, I don't know how to look at a longer chart. Let's see, TLTW. Usually you can look at max chart. Yeah, I mean, it came out in 2022, so I don't really know how it did when interest rates were at all-time lows, like 0%. So it basically just looks like it goes all down to me. How's the stream doing? How many viewers? 41 viewers. That's good. How do you guys like the live stream? Do I look the same as my voice? Or do I look different? I don't know. I decided the other day, I was like, I'm just going to put my face on these videos because I don't care. You know, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Like, whatever. You know, you could see me if you want. Or my old videos were just like this. I was like, all right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Entrepreneur Investor. That's what I used to do. But now you get to see my face. So maybe you don't like it. Bet some people are unsubscribing because of it. So let's look at my payout calendar here. So SQY didn't go into this because I guess they don't have it yet populated, but I should be getting around $700 in the second week. And for that question earlier, the later, I think it was like the 25th or something, someone was asking, but I don't have anything that pays towards the end of the month anymore. I used to have Clip that would pay at the end. I used to have SPYI that would pay at the end. What else that paid at the end? But I don't have any of them anymore because I just don't. I mean, SPYI is a good investment, I think. they have tax advantaged distributions and stuff like that, but I personally just sold out of it because I'm going all in high yield, see what happens, learn together. And the reason I'm doing high yield too is because I explained in one of my videos, it helps it helps me qualify for another loan for a house. I currently have a good sized loan on my property. Flip and Flop FL. I always liked your voice too. Thank you. What state am I in? I'm in New Jersey. I'm a Jersey boy. I'll always stay in New Jersey. It's great. I mean, I'm not. I don't think I'm a city boy, but if you wanted to be, New York City is 30 minutes, to the east. Then you have upstate New York, where you could hang out in the mountains. Then you could go to the Jersey Shore, and I hate that people relate it to like Snooki, but Jersey Shore is fantastic. Beautiful water, and it's nice, and the vibe down there is great. So I think New Jersey is a great area to live in. How close are you to 1,000 shares of TSLY? You were clear earlier. I don't know why nobody ever mentioned it, but you're still blurry. How am I blurry? I can look at it right here. Oh yeah, it does look blurry. Whoa. Why is it blurry? How do we go to live? I don't know. This is my streaming software. 35 viewers, display capture. I don't know. It's my first stream. I don't know what I'm doing, really. I'm just talking to you guys, basically. Let's go back into the chat. Clear on my end. How close are you 1,000 shares? Not blurry for me. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was blurry at one point. It's a little blurry. I just assumed my internet was slow and not loading full resolution. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know either. I could look into it. I watched one 5-minute video on how to set it up, and then I went with it. I am 400 shares away from being 1,000 shares of TSLY. Well, actually, I do have it in my M1 Finance portfolio. So what do I have here? I have, how many shares of TSLY do I have? Why doesn't it show me? Let's go into my portfolio here. Dividendtracker.com. You know what? The link that I have in my description is an affiliate link. But that doesn't mean it's not free. Like, people can sign up for free. I don't get anything. But if you sign up for the paid version, I do get a small kickback, which is nice. Because it might as well, right? Where is it? TSLY. I have 282 shares of TSLY, so I'm about 320 shares away. What dividend ETFs are you picking up? Well, on ex-dividend date, which will be Friday, not declaration date. Declaration date's tomorrow. So if you buy on declaration date tomorrow, then you'll qualify for the dividends paid out on the 9th. If you don't buy tomorrow and you buy in on ex-dividend date, which is Friday, you'll get the lower share cost, and then you have to wait till the next month, but you have the lower share cost, so there's a trade-off. I think I'm going to wait now, since today was a good buying opportunity, unless the market tanks tomorrow. Let's see what the futures are saying. I don't think the futures are out because it's 7:51 p.m. But if there's a red day tomorrow, very red day, then I will buy some more. I think I have like $200 on the sideline, and if it's like super red day, then I'll add money into my portfolio and buy some more. But for the foreseeable future, the cheapest price of the YieldMax ETFs will be on ex-dividend date. That's how I like to think of it. So like if cony right now is at $25 a share or whatever it's at, and the dividend is $3, then I'll buy some more on ex-dividend date at 22. So that's how I think of it. Crystal clear here. Is everyone reinvesting it? It seems like the only way to get decent returns. Yeah, I mean, it actually, for you looking at your position, it looks like you're getting the best returns with dividends reinvested. But if we go into total return, you actually don't have to reinvest your dividends. It'll just look better. So that's what I kind of thought too. I said it in a few of my videos, but I wasn't wrong. But all right, so price return, right, over the past year, TSLY, down 17.68%. So if you hold TSLY in your portfolio for the past year, right, you bought at this share price, whatever it was on 12/29/2022, your portfolio would say, price return alone, you're down 17.68%. But if you used your dividends to buy other ETFs, you have to include total return into what you got throughout the year. So you update the chart. Total return 52.08%. So the dividends that you received made you up on your position actually 52.08%. So you could have used every single dividend and put it into JEPQ, JEPI, cony, whatever you want. But you have to know in the back of your mind you're still up 52.08% on total return versus what it shows in your portfolio down 17.68%. So it's kind of hard to wrap your head around that, but that's actually what it is. I might buy Clip with my small QQQY dividend tomorrow. All right, let's look at Clip. Let's take a look at Clip, and because I haven't covered Clip on my channel in a while. Crane Shares China Internet Covered Call Strategy ETF. So Clip price return only is down 35.32%. Right? So of course, we got to add in total return because that's only fair. Update chart. Total return, it is up 8.56%. So that's actually surprising to me personally. So it crossed over here in June. So if you invested in Clip at the beginning of this year, last year, 2023, you'd actually be up 8.56%. But still, I don't think it's worth it in my opinion. My personal investing philosophy, I just stay away from China. I did have it at one point, but I just feel like the Chinese government can just hide anything they want. And we saw it with something else. I'm not going to go into it, but they could hide anything. So they could say their companies are doing well. You just don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't have room for Clip in my portfolio currently. But if you have it and you're making good money, I'm happy for you, really. $222 I have of buying power for tomorrow. And I do have still TGIF in here, which is SoFi Weekly Income ETF. So I'm just having this as cash right now. I am down a little bit, but that's okay. If I see a better buying opportunity than waiting for this to recover, then I'll do it. Like if cony's down another 8% today or tomorrow, I'm taking this 1200 out and putting it right into cony, seeing what happens in 2024 with it. I'm not going to sit on the sidelines with this negative 1.7% return just to hope for it to go back up in TGIF. But the reason I bought this, I don't know if you guys watched my other videos, but I got a special dividend from them, $27. So I knew they were going to pay one at the end of the year, so I bought into it. So yeah, I mean, how long do live streams usually go? What time did I start? I don't even remember. Let's see how long I've been going for. Does it tell me? I've been going for an hour, 24 minutes. That's kind of cool. What do you guys think so far of the stream? How many dividends you receive monthly for your total portfolio? It fluctuates, but it has been going up, so I could show you that. If we go high yield only, let's get my face out of the way. This is my dividend log for the high yield only. So I've got 1,000 from TSLY, 469 from NVIDIA, AMZ 194, QQQY, and JEPY. I didn't put these in, but I'll put them in tomorrow when I receive them. 380, 130.31, 113 from M1 Finance, TSLP 1999, IWMY I didn't get yet, Cony I didn't get yet, SQY I didn't get yet. If we go into my dashboard, you can see my monthly dividend income is increasing. So it went from these are just my high yield ETFs. I have my whole M1 Finance portfolio paying me about $100 a month, around there. 128 in August when I started investing in these. September was 350, October 540, November 628, and then recently December was 756. And in total, I do remember this off the top of my head, in December I made like 860 in total for dividend income. But I mean, that doesn't relate into me making actual, gains. Like, I know we did see the big pullback today, but if you look at the past 3 months, I'm down 2.43%. So we'll see. Does it matter that I'm getting $863 in dividends every single month if my return is down? That's the experiment that I'm doing and documenting on my channel. I have a lot of money in here, but it is an experiment, and I'm documenting the way. Like, are these actually good investments? And I make videos on those for you guys. 100 shares. 1,000 shares of Tesla is my goal. Also, I have around 600 right now. Yeah, 1,000 is my goal. How many dividends? Oh, I already read that. I've gotten 4 dividends so far. 980, 966, 966. So I like the payment so far, but I hate the NAV erosion. Yeah, I mean, the NAV erosion is pretty bad on Clip, and the dividend is going down a little bit, as you can see in your own payments. So we'll see what happens. Insane. Is that good dividend? Insane or bad? I like the calm demeanor of this live stream. Yeah, I don't have much going on, like music or anything. I'm just talking. Tesla could be a great investment if it did not take a specific circumstance for that stock. Appreciate it had a lower expense ratio. Tesla has been a great investment for a lot of people. I'm only down about 2%, but if we go back into Seeking Alpha, as we saw, it was up 52% if you bought on the first day of 2023 with your portfolio. It just looks like you're down because of price return. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in 2024. Like I said, so we saw Coinbase stock rip like fast. Like, it was going up fast. And the Cony kept up with it pretty much. Obviously it underperformed it, but it kept up with some of the returns. Like, if Tesla does that, like, hopefully the managers will sell enough out of the money that we can capture some more upside. Like, how like fun it would be for me in 6 months to say, like, look at my Tesla position and I'm up like 100% or something. Like, that would be so awesome. And then, like, all the people, like, I don't really care. Like, a lot of people do hate on Tesla, but I don't really care if people hate on Tesla, but I think it would be funny just to say, I'm up 100% and look at all these dividends I've received too. But I do believe in, like, Tesla for the long term. Like, I mean, come on. A lot of people don't like the Cybertruck, but I mean, look how cool it looks. Like, the thing is sick. Not worried about the price. I want the dividends to stay above 30 cents. They should stay above 30 cents. I'm hoping it'll be around 80 cents this month. That would be pretty cool. What's your thoughts on ARK? I think ARK is going to have a good month. Good payment. You want to know why? Let's look at ARK ETF. And, I think they'll have a good 2024 as well. And the reason I say that I think I showed this in one of my videos as well. Top 10 holdings: Coin, Tesla, SQ, Block, Roblox, which I don't know if that's a good company or not, but Unity Software. She's into this is like Kathy. She's into like video games companies and stuff. Like Zoom. Zoom's dead. Like you gotta get that out of there. Like Zoom was 2020. Like Kathy, it's done. Get that out of there. Roku's still good. UiPath, I haven't done research on that, but the top 2 holdings, Coinbase and Tesla, those are good. Her ETF is very volatile because of them. ARK will be very volatile because of them. So I think the payments will pick up. Because they were down a lot. Like, if we go, where's ARK in here? ARK has also been around the longest, like TSLY. So we could see distribution rate currently, because price probably went down, is $20.59. But you can see the last payment was 24 cents. Kind of pathetic. But I think the recent run-up in like Coinbase stock and ARK stock and Tesla stock will help with this distribution. It's actually all kind of linked in. I was saying this in the beginning. I sold out of my ARK, and I'm kind of happy I did. But if you wanted more concentrated investments, like their top 10 holding Coinbase, so you might as well buy TSLY and cony. That was my argument. But ARK can also outperform through other ways. So we'll see what happens with ARK in the future for sure. But I do think, there's upward price movement for ARK coming up, and that should relate in higher distributions as well. How many months will Coney play $2+ just a high going on? Or is this real moving forward? I don't know. Coney, it's hard to tell with Coney. It really is, because people are looking at the chart and saying it could go back up to $3.80 a share, maybe. But if people are saying the halving isn't till April, it's going to be a lot of volatility till then. It's not going to go straight up 380 like in the next month. So we'll see. I mean, Coney can very well pay $2 each month. We're gonna have to see what happens. How long is this running for? Can't wait for Robinhood to arrive in the UK this year. That's great. When Robinhood arrives, so I'm selling a put on Robinhood. Hope they announce that all things are good, and then the price shoots up. You guys can hear it. I'm not a hater of Tesla, but Tesla has better return on capital. Even with the super dividend of Tesla is getting more interesting as the share price drops lower. Good luck to you guys. Thank you, MB. Yeah, I mean, buy Tesla, the stock, which I have, and TSLY as well, and then you get the best of both worlds. I look at these funds like owning a business. Say you have 100K, you have options. You can reinvest the monthly div back into your business, or take the monthly div and buy the other businesses. That's true. Every business is an investment, and every business is an asset. Anywhere you put your money into is like you want a good return, right? So I think that's good idea. The thing is, I think in the beginning with these YieldMax ETFs, people thought it was just going to be free lunch. Like they would put like 1,000 shares into TSLY, and we're just going to withdraw 6K and live off of that, So I don't know. We'll see. Options trading using SIP. I don't know what that is. I like Tesla, and I do better when the stock goes up and down. Tesla is like owning the business product. Yeah, that's true. I mean, TSLY is doing like options. I don't know how to yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. TSLY is like owning the business. I mean, they're making a business off of Tesla stock is what YieldMax is doing, because they're doing option strategies and making a fund out of it. Just turned 21 this year, so I'm trying to throw as much as I can into the stock market and high yield ETFs, trying to set myself up for financial freedom. Yeah, man, I mean, the more you learn, the better. Like, I go on Yahoo Finance right away at 9:30, check how the market's doing. Then you can always look at the stocks that are trending. Take a look at SoFi, Eli Lilly and Company, Nexi, PayPal, and then some of the ones that are going up like real high. Don't buy these, but you just can check out why these went up today. Like, read the news. Why did this one go up? And then you read that news and say, all right, maybe I'll look at something else. Or PayPal. Why did PayPal go down today? 4.6%. I don't think there's a reason, and that's why I think PayPal is undervalued. Nothing changed in PayPal, so you're getting it at a discount. SoFi. Why did SoFi go down? Well, they downgraded the stock today, and you could read why they got downgraded. Warren shares could drop 20%. Stocks get downgraded all the time. You know how many times Tesla stock got downgraded in the past 5 years? You know, there's a bunch. Sometimes if you look at the financials of companies, what I like to do is I go into Yahoo Finance. There's a lot of different websites you can go into. But if you go into statistics, you can look at their market cap and how it's been growing over the past few years. And you can also look at price to earnings ratios, forward price to earnings. You can look at how much debt they have. You have total cash of $26 billion, total debt of $8.19 billion. So you could look at that. You could see how many shares are short. There's a lot of things, 82.97 million shares short. So you see how many shares are outstanding. And then you could see like companies buying back shares, and that increases the earnings per share. There's a lot of different things you can look up on companies, solid companies. And then you could really go into their financials too if you want. And this is for any company. I'm just doing it on Tesla right now, but you could look. So look at their revenue in 2020. It was 31 million. Well, these are in thousands. But then it went up to 53, and then it went up to 81, and then the trailing 12 months, 95. So this is a company that's increasing revenues. Their cost of revenue is also going up. It's a very highly cost business. But also look at their gross profit. Not trailing 12 months, not as good as last year. But you have to understand, what's going on, valuations, earnings per share. And then you could also look at these on the right side too. Look at the financials. I like to look at this chart. So in 2019, earnings negative, 862 million. Then they made a profit in 2020. Then they went up to $5.52 billion profit in 2021. And then it went up to $12.56 billion in 2022. So there's a lot of different metrics you can look at to evaluate companies and learn more about them. So that's basically how I evaluate stocks and stuff. What is your goal for TSLY, NVIDIA, AMZ, PYPY, etc. for 2024 as far as share goes? I mean, it depends. If the share price goes up on every single one, maybe I won't buy any more shares. But if it keeps going down, then I'll average down. Is your Airbnb? Can you give tips for options trading? Yeah, I mean, I could do a little bit of options trading again to show you guys. But we did that a little bit earlier in the video, but I'll take a look at that as well. Is your Airbnb property paid off? No, unfortunately. I put 20% down and then financed the rest. The goal I went for was cash flow, and then as the year went on, I noticed that I'm not going to make, a full-time job out of it from just one property. If you had 3 or 4, yes, you can fully live off of your properties and just do Airbnb full-time. But with running my other business and all that stuff, I decided to start paying down more of the debt. But it's not paid off yet, no. FEPI, I like FEPI. I'm 360 shares of TSLY looking to grow to well over 1,000 by year end. Me too. What is TSLY? TSLY is an option income strategy by YieldMax, and I talk about it almost every day and a lot of the time during this live stream. Hey, you're clear now. Good. I'm glad your internet got better. Nah, it might have been my end. I don't know. Hey, can I options trade TSLY and cony? No, the options chain is not great for TSLY and cony. Oh, I'm back to blurry. Maybe because I'm casting you on the TV. Oh yeah, that's scary that I'm on someone's TV. The whole family's watching. Yeah, I mean, I could. So this was Pet's Love. Can you give me some tips for options trading? Yeah, so let's take a look at some quick options trading. So this is my account, right? If you want to take a look at my options trading, so I do Palantir covered calls. So if we want to quickly go into Palantir, and for anyone who has seen me do a little bit of options trading, I'm just going to do this quick for Pet's Love. So let's look. So the current share price is $16.18. I bought at $19.14. So I want to do a covered call above my average share cost. So 2 days out, I'm not going to get much premium for that. So let's do 23 days out. Then I'm going to sell a call, and I want to sell it above my own strike price because I don't want to lose money overall and sell my shares. So I'm going to do a $19.50 strike. If I sell this currently, I'm going to sell 2 of them because I have 200 shares. Then I'm going to make $20 for giving up the right of me selling my 200 shares at $19.50 in 23 days. So that's how you collect premium from options. So I did just a quick little example for you. Distribution rate. What is the distribution rate for TSLY? Currently it's 60%, but we'll see tomorrow everything's going to change because they're going to release the numbers for YieldMax at 9:30. Actually, I can show you how I find it quickly. So if you guys want to do it yourself. So you just search up Globe Newswire, and then you search in here YieldMax, and then you can get all the press releases right away. So their next one will be January 4th at 8:30 in the morning. So you can see they announce this one came out late, and that's why I was late to the video. Like I was saying before, Retire on Dividends usually gets it out first because he waits at the bus stop and records the video quick on his phone. But we always have, I mean, I don't know if he feels like this as well, but I feel like we have a little battle to see who could put the video out first. It's kind of fun. I love his channel, by the way. So they release it at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow, and then you could watch, see the announcements for yourself. But I'll try to get a video out as soon as possible. Is your Airbnb property fully booked every month? No, so in 2023, my occupancy rate was 71%, and it made $37,000. And I increased my nightly rate every single month. So it increased, every quarter I made more and more. In the beginning I was charging less, but I might have to do that at the beginning of this year. Trying to learn about Airbnb. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn. You know who I learned from? I forget what his name is. I watched him on YouTube. I learn everything from YouTube. Everything I know, from plumbing, electrical, finance, everything I learned on YouTube. So look up Airbnb, how to rent out an Airbnb property or something, and then that guy will show up. There's a lot of good guys. Are you buying Bitcoin ETFs? The new ones, maybe. Did you buy that or rent it and rent it to customers? I bought it with my own money, yeah. And then I let Airbnb, pick the customers. Is your Airbnb income able to keep up with your mortgage every month? Yeah. So I averaged about over $3,000 a month, and my mortgage is only $1,300. But there's also other expenses like HOA and stuff. Yeah, I mean, Zega Financial is going to get rich from all of these option income strategies for sure. I mean, the 0.99% expense ratio definitely adds up over, millions of customers for sure. And Jay Pestarelli, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Pestarelli, is definitely, making some good money now. I mean, he should. He's doing all the options trade, and he's been doing it for 15 years, and he's providing a service for people. A lot of people don't know how to do these options trades, and he should get paid for it. Like, I don't, I believe if you're qualified for the job and you do a good job, you should get paid. Supply and demand. So, yeah, what else? You guys want to know more about my Airbnb? 1,300 mortgage, that's really low now. I don't think you get a mortgage less than $1,750 a month with that. Yeah, I mean, I bought it over a year now, and my mortgage rate was 6.1%. But it wasn't a very big mortgage. It's a condo unit. It was expensive for me, but I bought it at a good time. So now it's more expensive for other people. 13, yeah, so I don't know if I said it. I put 20% down, and I'm paying it down more. So I pay $1,300, my minimum payment, but I've paid $1,700 some months. I pay $1,500 on a regular basis, but if I want, I toss in another $100 or $2, and then that reduces my payment by like 8 years or something like that. So if you add, this is something I've learned. If you add $200, does he not read these chats? What do you mean? I'm reading them right now. If you add $200 to your mortgage every single month, you pay it off 8 years less. Rent a room to my friend, his dad, for the price of my mortgage payment. Yeah, I mean, real estate's one of the best ways to make money. It makes the most millionaires out of any other asset, I think. What do you think about IWNY and QQQY? I think they're good. They're up in 2023. I did a video where QQQY was up 6% in 2023, and IWMY with only one distribution. Well, actually, I factored in this month's distribution. It's up 10.5%. I don't know about right now after today's drop, but I think they're good investments if you don't mind the share price going down. You just have to know that total return has been up. I mean, we could look at it right now if you want with the recent share price declines. QQQY, right? Take a look at this. Price return in the past year, it's down 14.43%. Select metrics, we'll do total return. Update that chart. So total return currently is 4.49% since inception for QQQY. Select symbols, let's add IWMY. Let's also add JEPY. So this is price return alone. So QQQY is down the most, IWMY is down 4.56%, JEPY is down 9.81%. So obviously IWMY is more recent. It's kind of catching up a little bit. As you can see, like the last bit of the chart is more of a steeper decline than the other two. JEPY holds its value a little better, but also pays a smaller dividend. So the smaller the dividend, the lower the share price drop that I've seen on ex-dividend date. It helps the fund, stay more flat. Let's take a look at total return here for all of them. QQQY 4.49%, IWMY 6.53%, and JEPY 5.84%. So the worst performer is QQQY. A lot of people were telling me they're selling their JEPY for QQQY. I think you should have both because you don't know what's going to happen. IWMY hasn't been out for as long, about half the time, and it's up 6.53%. So we'll see how it does. And I think the more that the dividends get paid, maybe this total return will go down. So we don't know. I mean, we don't know what the future holds. I have 200 shares of TSLY, and if it goes down to 10 at the ex-dividend date, I will put 1,000 into it. If it goes down to 1050, 500. That's a good way of doing it. Do you have a W-2 or 1099? I have W-2. No, I don't have W-2. I have 1099, which is annoying because W-2 is easier to get loans for sure. I need 2 years of business income to report to the bank. Jacob Financial does not get entire 99-cent fee or 99% fee. Their share is 0.09 prorated monthly. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Defiance disappointed with their third dividend, much like TSLY did way back when. Bounce back next month, I think. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens in a down year, too. You know, I hope the best. I'm invested in them. Like, I just like to show both sides. You know, I'm definitely bullish on high yielding ETFs and all sorts of different ETFs, but if they're not good long term, I'm going to tell you. And what I've seen is that if share price continues to go down, the dividends have to go up because it'll just be a down investment. So we've seen share price go down and dividends go down. So we'll see, you know, in 2024. For sure. Yeah, so I think, like I said before, if the market falls again, well, let's check the futures right now. It doesn't matter right now. Something could happen in the morning. But right now the futures are up. So if we have a bounce back day tomorrow in the market, let's see what it would. The Russell 2000 was down pretty bad today. Let's see. Yeah, it was down 2.67%. So we'll see if it bounces back tomorrow. And if it doesn't, I'll buy some more on declaration date. And I'll be making the video in the morning. Hopefully it comes out at 8:30 a.m. on this website, Globe Newswire. And then I could make the video quickly and upload it for you guys. I could even live stream it if you guys want to see that. It's pretty easy to live stream now. But I don't think like after I upload it, it'll get views. So when TSLY is trading 5 or 6 per share, what is the dividend going to be per month? It still could be 60%. It'll just be a smaller monetary value, but it still will be 60% of, $5. So we've seen that. Like when TSLY was at $19 per share, $18 per share, when they paid out that $1.06, we all thought that was crazy. It was awesome, right? But now at $11 per share, it could still pay like a 60% annualized dividend rate, but it will be at 60 cents. Then, you know what I'm saying? So you buying more tomorrow or Friday? It depends on, the dividends. If something looks absolutely insane, like if TSLY says that their dividend's going to be 85 cents or 90 cents, then I might buy more tomorrow, because it doesn't matter when I buy really, because anything currently is under my average share cost. So like you can see here, $13.80 is my average share cost. Tomorrow they can announce that they're buying 85, or they're distributing 85 cents per share. Maybe I'll buy, 20 more shares or whatever, just to make an extra $15 next month or this month. And then I'll also buy again, more shares on the ex-dividend date, which will be Friday. And then I'll get the lower share price, maybe under $11 per share. So we'll see what happens. It doesn't matter really, because I have plenty in here. I can just leave it alone if I want. So what do you guys thinking the highest yielder is going to be tomorrow? I personally think, people that were chasing SQY might be disappointed. I might think so. Your Airbnb property nearby have lots of property for rent out as well. Yeah, I mean, there's a good amount of competition in my area, but You just have to know how to. It's good to have competition. I lowered my price lower than the people who, had an established Airbnb in my area. I lowered the price below them just to get reviews. And then once I had more reviews than them, I increased my price the same amount as them. And then now people pick me over them. That's competition. I mean, it's business. That's how it works. And I did it correctly. I came in 1 year and have 95 reviews on my Airbnb property, 4.95 stars. And the reason I got 3 stars for one review is because some guy got stung by a bee outside my property and he blamed it on me. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Coney, you think it's going to have the highest yield? I think so too, because the recent decline has been in January. So if we look at Coinbase stock, right? And even if the underlying share price goes down, they still have that covered call, so it helps. But all right, so let's take a look at the month chart, right? So December. So what the dividend we're receiving was December's trading. So we'll just look at December 4th. So it went down here. So December 7th was low, right? On December 7th, Coinbase, let's get my face out of here so we can zoom up a little bit. December 7th, click on this, 134 all the way up to December 28th was 187. Yeah, I mean, it should be $3 a share. That would be crazy. Now I have 50 shares of it, so I hope it's a massive payment. And then I'll just buy more on next dividend date and lower my share cost even more. So it's like a win-win situation that I bought today. I'm very happy about it. How long have you been doing Airbnb? My property has been for rent for 13 months. I'm currently on the 14th month, January. Yeah, I think, well, let's take a look at SQY. Do we think that the yield is actually going to be 104% tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe 80. So this one was 214. Yeah, I mean, it's too early to tell if this ETF is just going to consistently have 100% yield. I don't know. Because that happened with another ETF. I forget which one it was. But I compared it to like I think AMD had a 64% yield their first distribution, and it was a month and a half distribution, but everyone went crazy when it was over $1. And then last month they were all upset when it went down to 44 cents. So that might happen with SQY. Of course, the beta and the implied volatility of SQY is higher than AMD, I think. And you can look at that. Let's see, AMD. So this matters for premiums. AMD is 1.67. Then SQ is 2.52. Yeah, I mean, so they should have higher premiums for SQ, but AMD's dividend right now is 24.23%. And let's see, Coney, or Coin, their beta is 3.06, so they have the highest premium currently for distributions. My channel has done well since only July. Thank you. I started basically in July. What's my average cost of Coney? My average cost of Coney, I bought it today. Well, I bought more today. I bought some yesterday. $26.44. But I just started it. And it's a small position. It's 50 shares. So on next dividend date, if it drops by $3 per share, I'll buy 50 more shares, and then it'll take me down to like 25 something average. And I could buy 200 shares and get me down even further. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep a small position at the start. Love Henry. What does that mean? What is your average call? Oh. Do you think APY on Robinhood is giving out good 5.25%? It's pretty high compared to a lot of banks. And you said you had cash earlier. Courtesy of high yield savings account. No, I don't. I have a regular savings account. My savings account that I have currently is just, I'm keeping it in there for now. It's good enough. I think it yields 0.85%. I'm losing money every year basically, but a lot of things come in and out of that. Like my business expenses this year was like $60K, and I have a lot of things coming in and out. So I'm just leaving it. It's not in there for too long. I bought 500 shares of Altria at 40 after watching one of your videos. Looking forward to collecting that dividend next week. Nice. Yeah, Altria is great. Altria is a good company. MO. They've been paying a dividend for like 58 years or something like that. See, 1 year they're down 9.29%. Past 5 years, this is just price return, down 15.47%. And then all time, they're up 693%. So their all-time high was in 2017. Then they got into some trouble with Juul. They bought out Juul, and then there was a big problem with like underage smoking and stuff. So they got sued a few times. They do have a very high dividend now. But I think, over the long term, some people don't like to invest in the sin stocks. This is considered a sin stock because it's tobacco. There's also like alcohol stocks. People don't like to invest in those. But this one does pay a nice dividend, so I think it's a good investment. I recommended my dad get into this a little bit. Small position. But Altria pays nice. A lot of the YouTuber guys that like dividend growth and dividend kings, dividend aristocrat type guys, they buy Altria as well. What is the best high yield dividend ETF to own? I don't know, the best, but two that I really like for sustainability outside of like, if we're like being honest and like, say we didn't know about YieldMax and QQQY, even though I'm not saying they're reliable. I would say the high yield, like very high yield, like for people who don't know about YieldMax and Defiance, JEPI, JEPI, and JEPQ are the best things around. Sold all my real estate properties, moved into high yield ETFs and REITs, even better and stress free. Yeah, I could see that, doing that, but I like the hustle and bustle right now currently. And I like to, change out the faucets, change out the shower heads, unclog the toilets when I get in there. I like to get my hands dirty, but I could see when I'm, in my 30s and I have like kids and stuff and a wife, I could see that, rotating out of my hands-on real estate, maybe buying some triple net properties like Realty Income does. I'm not saying I'm buying a Home Depot, but maybe like a Dollar General. You could buy those triple net property, 30-year lease Dollar General out in like Ohio for like 1.2 mil. They do absolutely everything. You could put a property manager out there for 10% and be good, just collect cash every single month. So I could see me doing that, but right now I like to get my hands dirty. Is it a good strategy if you sell all the shares on X date and buy again after the next day, since it will drop a lot after or on X date? No, that doesn't work. There's a dividend capture strategy that you can use where you could buy on declaration date, right? So I've done a dividend capture with Cony, and I'm upset that I sold the position. But what I did, let's go into my position. I'll show you what I did. What you do is you buy it on declaration date. I don't know how. So I bought, let's get my face out of here. So right here, October 3rd, I bought 50 shares at $19.36 of Cony. Then I bought another 50 shares at 1974. So I had 100 shares of Coney. Then I captured this $120 dividend because I qualified for that on the declaration date, held onto the ex-dividend date, waited for the share price to hit my average. So my average was $19.55. Then I sold out of my 100 shares, and then I came out with the profit of $120. So that's how you do a dividend capture. You buy on declaration date, however many shares you want. Then you have to wait until the price recovers after ex-dividend date to your average share cost. That's how you do a dividend capture. It works for some stocks. It doesn't work for others. Let's see. Grayscale funds, get into LTCN and BCHG and get rich when the crypto bull run starts. Yeah, I mean, I can get into those. I think Robinhood doesn't even offer them. They don't even have them on Robinhood. But I do have some Litecoin in my Coinbase account, and I also have Bitcoin Cash in my Coinbase account. I only have like one Litecoin and one Bitcoin Cash because I don't go too heavy in crypto, but those things are dangerous. I mean, they're not dangerous, but they the problem with them is that they trade at a high premium. So it's basically just investor sentiment that drives those. Of course, yeah, the underlying holdings drive them as well, but they trade at premiums. And if people think that Litecoin is going up and Bitcoin Cash is going up, like in the near future, they're going to buy up that Grayscale fund. So that's what basically drives the price higher and higher. And that's why you could see that they're up like 11% in a day versus Litecoin is maybe only up 2% that day. Your Airbnb makes more income or your ETF? My Airbnb makes about $3,100 a month, and my ETFs make about $900 a month. And my bread and butter is my detailing business that makes, some months $11,000 a month. But that none of my income is full profit like a W-2. Like some guy works his 9 to 5, right? Taxes come out of his paycheck, and whatever he sees on that pay stub is what he gets to keep. For me, I have a lot of hoops to jump through before I see how much I actually make. So I can make $10K, and only keep $4,000 of it after expenses. But you get to, like, I bought my truck this year, so I have a van, I have a truck, I have equipment, and having all that stuff offsets my tax bill at the end of the year. I could depreciate things, I can have loans on things, etc. And that'll decrease my tax bill, but at the end of the year, you get to own more stuff. I see contractors are worse. You save a lot of your... What? I see it, contractors are the worst. You save a lot for doing the work, but now replacing time for money. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Time is definitely money, and that there's a time value in money. But if I enjoy doing it, then it's priceless, basically. The satisfaction of me, replacing a toilet is more than paying someone $300 to do it, and then I don't have to do it. Because I get to make up my own hours. Like, if I don't want to go do a detail because I have to work on my Airbnb property, I'm going to do that. I do that, but I didn't know it was called the dividend capture. Yeah, I mean, look up dividend captures. A lot of people do them. Sometimes they don't work, though, because sometimes TSLY will go down for the whole month, and then you never are able to sell your position. Learning so much tonight. Pets love. I'm glad you're here. You like pets? I know Rob Stuff really likes the pets. I don't know. I like his channel too. I watch his videos, but man, that guy likes pets. Dgrow XLG, Mag 7 for individual stocks, Bitcoin for fun. Yeah, that's good. That's a good portfolio. What's XLG? Do I know what that is? Invesco, S&P 500, top 50. Oh, that's pretty cool. That probably has ripped this past year. Yeah, 33.99%. Yeah, so you're more growth oriented. Let's see. Degrow is good, yeah. Individual stocks, Mag 7. You're kind of doubling down on Mag 7 with XLG. I bet XLG's top 10 holdings are Mag 7. And probably the most weight. Yeah, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Tesla, Berkshire, JP Morgan. Yeah, I mean, the Mag 7 definitely. There's an ETF for the Mag 7. How do you find that? I don't know. There is ETFs for the Mag 7 alone, if you want to do that. Degrow I like. It's a lower dividend yield, right? But it's a growing dividend yield fund. Quality dividend growth. What's the yield? Yeah, 1.84%. But you could see it just goes up. Max time too. Yeah, since 2013, it's just like tripled in value and pays 1.84%. I don't think I've talked for this long ever. My throat's hurting. I might end the stream soon. Let's see, how long have I been recording for? Live. 2 hours and 12 minutes. But I have 40 people in here. 497 views. And I made 99 cents. That's great. So I made 50 cents an hour working tonight. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm only doing this for fun. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Should I do more live streams? Should I live stream tomorrow's announcement of the YieldMax ETFs? So let's see. Let's look at the YieldMax ETFs announcements of the previous months and see which ones were the best performers. Because I have all of them listed here. Let's see. We're going to number 2. This was September. I guess they don't put the highest yield. This is June. June, July. We could open up June and see what TSLY's was back in June. 80 cents. Look, they only had 4 of them. 74 cents was Nvidia, Apple, 28 cents, 50 ARK, 80 cents TSLY. Back in June, the good old days. And then we had July. Let's see what. So they had the same funds here. Nvidia with 95 cents. That was great. 63 cents. $1.06 for TSLY. That was the big one. That's when TSLY really took off. Like everyone started getting really interested in TSLY. People started buying 1,000 shares at a time. And they lost their shirt since then. That was back in the day. Look at the old YieldMax logo too. Then they started getting pretty updated in about August. Let's see, August 3rd. How many do they have? They had AMZ, Phoebe, and GUI, but they still didn't announce their dividends yet. They were upcoming. So 81 cents, 55, 68. Yeah, ARK was paying nice back then. People were hopping in ARK. And then, let's see, let's go to the page number 1 now. They did the JP Morgan, September 12th, September 19th. AMD one came out. Distributions for all of them now, or a lot of them. And then the most recent ones, like in November, they announced AMD was 65, Cony was 58, TSLY was 57. You know, TSLY's always been in the headline, if you've noticed that. That's their big dog fund. Like they make the most with TSLY. And PYPY was 38. Dizo surprised at 42. I remember that. And then the most recent one, 113, 103. TSLY still in third, 61.88. Nefly 52, and MSFO 41. It'll be interesting to see what MSFO will be this month. I think it'll be pretty low. Keep it up, man. I really have been learning a lot from you. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I'm learning with you guys as well. FEPI is a Mag 7 type fund. It is, but they change the holdings, if I remember correctly. So let's take a look at FEPI, because a lot of people have said FEPI, and I like FEPI as well. Let's put me up here for now. Own big tech, right covered calls. So this is the Rex, FANG, and Innovation Equity Premium Income ETF, but they do change the holdings quite often. So they have like Intel as the biggest holding, Micron, Netflix, Tesla, Google, Amazon, Meta, AMD, Microsoft, and Broadcom. So they do have the FANG in here, right? Where's it? Yeah, Amazon, Apple. They don't have Apple, I don't think. I remember FANG coming out early on. What was it? Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google was FANG. Believe it or not, back in the day. And now it's Mag 7. So, yeah, the FEPI holdings change, though. They change actually pretty often. I like FEPI, but the first two distributions, people are saying return on capital, but I don't think that's a bad thing. You're just getting some money back. So we'll see. And you don't have to pay taxes on return of capital. And they do it for a reason. These fund managers are obviously, I don't know if they're smarter than us, but they know what they're doing. Yes to more live streams. All right, I'll definitely do more live streams. UNH is awesome dividend growth stock. It's my largest holding at 300 shares. Yeah, it is. United Health Group. Usually if people tell me a ticker of a company, I'll pretty much know it in the back of my head. Like, I know so many tickers. I just always am on Yahoo Finance looking at new things, doing research. I would love to make videos on some of these high quality dividend stocks, but just no one watches them. Like, I've tried it. I've tried videos on realty income. No one watches. Like, look at realty income, 5.26%. They average annually a 15% return since 1994. And, obviously it's on discount. It was really on discount back in, I made videos like time to buy realty income at $49 a share, and no one really watched. Past 5 years, sure, it's flat. But Max, look at Max. If you look at any dividend, stocks, there's a few that I helped my mom invest into. Look at this back in 1994, $8.30. And you're getting a 6% yield. Your yield on cost down here, imagine that, what it is right now. But I put my mom into SCHD, and if you look over the past 5 years, look at this. We started investing her in 2021. She's still down on her position. These things haven't moved a lot. You've seen this in a lot of ETFs, like DVY. Because we know why, because of interest rates and stuff. Why invest in these ETFs with a 3.86% yield when you could have got 5% from a CD in the past year or two? But look at the max time. These things do go up. And you see in the past few years, they're flat. Yeah, you are collecting dividends, but it's only 3.8%. So why would anyone buy these? Let's see, VIG, Vanguard, great fund. Still, since 2021, it's down. 1.92%. But look at the max chart. I mean, come on. $49. Even in '08 or '09, could have got it for $33. Now it's all the way up to 170. I mean, look at all of these ETFs that just rip and haven't done anything for the past 3 years. Look at this. VIG, or what are we on? VIM, Vanguard Dividend High Yield. In 2021, it was at 112. Right now it's at 112. Like, crazy. Crazy stuff. But these are buying opportunities because there's cycles to the market. Because look at this, low interest rate environments. This thing ripped, and it will continue to rip. So we'll see what happens. If you build it, they will come. Yep, build up the positions. I mean, look at these net assets, $60 billion in Vanguard, and we're looking at like TSLY, which is, almost $1 billion. I don't even know what it's at now, maybe 700 million. The size of these ETFs are so small compared to those big dividend ETFs. All right, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. My throat's hurting. I haven't talked this much in like my whole life, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching this. And I'll definitely do them more often for sure. So if you guys did enjoy, I don't know if you can like this, but if you did, maybe like it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll make a live stream of the announcement for the YieldMax ETFs. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys.